Hey, replay viewers. Welcome to Tuesday Talks with Mel. I'm Melissa Alt, and I'm so stoked you are joining me to talk about 3 simple shifts that you can make to help monetize your message and expand your market. I would love to know where you are watching the replay from, so comment with the hashtag Tuesday Talks Replay and tell me where you're watching from and leave me your favorite food emoji just for fun. Speaking of funsies, before we have a lot of live viewers showing up, come here. This is this week's secret code word. What is it, Tor?
Pineapple.
Tell them right there.
Pineapple.
Yes. Okay. You can play. I'll call you for the game. And that will make more sense later on. So make sure you stick around because there is fun stuff coming up at the end that you're not going to want to miss. All right. So hi, live viewers. You are starting to pop on. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Facebook land. On all my various pages and groups, you may be seeing that. Shout out to my Shine Tribe community, the Online Empire Builders, and to my girls in blue. You know who you are. Hello, hello. And if you're watching on Facebook, remember that you can tap the reactions to send me hearts and laughs if you're enjoying the content, or you just want to let me know that you're there and you love me. I love seeing your reactions and all of that. And we are multi-streaming also to YouTube. So if you are on there, hello. Remember, you can use the thumbs up button. You can subscribe and do all that fun stuff. And then I can also see your comments and interactions. So one of the things that makes live stuff so fun is the back and forth, and that I can actually see y'all and talk to you if I turn on the chat. Hold on. Go away. Comments. There you are. Hey, guys. Hello, hello. But remember, if you are watching this from inside one of my communities, I can't see your name and info unless you give StreamYard permission. So hop over to StreamYard.com/Facebook. Takes like 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, which if you've seen like baby lambs, that's not like a dog's tail. It's like super fast. It's like that. So yeah, it's that fast. Hey, Stacy. Hi, Jessica. Hey, guys. Yes, that's the hashtag. Good job, Kate. All right. So this is going to be far more awesome if you give feedback and if you comment and interact and do all of that. But it's going to be great no matter what, because the content's awesome. I learned it from amazing people, and it's going to be fantastic. Yay, you're joining because you saw the email. That's fantastic. I'm so glad you're here. All right, so there's going to be a super special, fun, awesome, I know, I'm over the top. Okay, I need to tone it down. There's going to be a giveaway at the end that I think is super awesome. I use a lot of like excited words. Sorry about that. So it'll be a choose your own prize kind of thing. So you'll get to choose which prize you think is the most valuable, and it's going to be really, really great. So make sure you stick around or you're going to miss out. All right. So little D says, hi, dude. I hope you're having a good day. I left my coffee right there. I always manage to forget something. So I'm going to give me like 2 seconds. If you are excited about this and you want to hear more about how to monetize your message or how to steer more of your message into your current business or anything like that, let me know in the comments. Tell me maybe if you have questions about that already, like where you're starting out from, if you've already began, something like that. I'm going to grab that cup of coffee and a bottle of water because dry mouth happens to me when I talk a lot, and we are going to dive in. All right, so give me hearts and loves while I grab my coffee. It's always something. Water and coffee. All right, now we can do this. We are fully loaded and we can go. We covered a lot of ground in 5 minutes though, so this is super awesome. Yay! Oh, you're giving a little school lesson at the same time with your AirPods in. I understand that today is officially our last day of quarantine homeschool. So I am not sorry that this is coming to an end and summer's beginning. It's going to be amazing to kind of like, I don't know, to feel like it's more like real life. Yeah, I see everybody coming on. You guys are all spread out across multiple platforms. I'm live streaming in 5 locations. Next week, I'm totally going to try to add Instagram Live. So we'll see how that works. All right. So this is going to be a little different from just your normal training. First of all, I do trainings all over the place and mostly business and mindset based because those are my passions. Yay, Kate says monetizing my message sounds amazing. Oh, also, yeah, I forgot I can do this. Kate says, woo, isn't that cool? Yay, I love this. Yay, Judy, you did it. Awesome, great job. This is so exciting, this is gonna be fun. So we are going to cover the info, but we're gonna have some fun at the same time. I actually started my whole love affair with live video and broadcasts many moons ago in the days of the first days of Periscope. And I had a daily show and I loved it because we would break it up and do fun pieces. It wasn't just one long training. So I love games and I love interaction. And I think it makes things less boring when you can do all the things, all right? Don't worry if you have to hop on and off. That's how live video goes. That's okay. Rarely does somebody stay on a live broadcast from start to finish. That's totally normal. Doesn't freak me out. Come back and watch the replay. You will love it. And I guarantee you will be amused because I always end up saying something horribly awkward. It just happens. It does. So I'm going to prepare you for that ahead of time. It's never intentional, but it always happens. Yay, Judy. Let's see, one Facebook user, I can't see your name, but you say monetizing blows my mind. Yes, it's something that is super, super exciting. And that, let's see, make sure I have no more ground stuff to cover. No, I think we're ready. That was all the things. Oh my gosh, I just blew through that. I talk way too fast. All right. So one thing I did forget to say, which is not in my notes, but I just thought of, is just that as we're going through this, if I say something that you think has value and you've got a second, type it out and put it in the comments because I can hit that on there. But it also tells me that that's something I should dig into. And that way you who are on here live get to kind of have the content tailored for you just a little bit and then share it if you think it is of value to somebody else. That's actually the biggest compliment you can pay to anybody who is doing videos or lives or something like that. The greatest compliment you can pay them is to share that with your audience. So if it moves you that way, then that's awesome. And then I may or may not be able to see it. So if you do it while I'm live, please comment and let me know that you did so that I can thank you. All right. So we're going to talk about 3 simple shifts that you can make to help you start monetizing your message or to help you take it to the next level if you already are. All right, because the whole point of this is to build a business/empire that fulfills your heart and fills your wallet and fits your life so that your raging success serves your family and your real life instead of your family in real life serving your business. So that's my business passion all wrapped up. If you think that sounds pretty awesome, give me a thumbs up, let me know, and we are going to dive right in. If we've got time, we'll do Q&A, but if we run out, then we won't. And then also I was writing out my notes and I realized it was way too much information to cover quickly, so much, because I have all the things to say about it. So I cut each one in half. I'm going to cut myself off so that this is watchable. And then when this is over at 2 p.m. today, I'm going to do a follow-up inside the Online Empire Builders Facebook group. I'll put the link up to that later. It has numbers at the end of it. If you search it on Facebook, it's monetize your message / something, 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 but I'll grab the link and put that in there. And I will go into more detail on these things there. So, but I'm going to cover a lot here. So let me grab my little thing here, my banners. Okay, so let's see. I forgot to do this one. 3 simple shifts. So that's what we're going to talk about. And so here is our first one. All right. So get clear on your message. Now, all of the shifts today are going to be based in how you're thinking and looking at things. But don't worry, don't get stressed if you are very much an action taker, because so am I. I know it's easier to focus on the tactics and all of the like strategy and the things that you can do, but that kind of comes second. Otherwise, you're just like going off in all these directions. Taking care of these 3 shifts will like let you actually do things well. And if you have like, what was I going to say? Let me come back. This is why I have notes, so that when I rabbit trail, all of these are internal. They're mindset and internal shifts, because that's where transformation starts. It starts in the head and the heart. All transformation, even if it like results in physical activity. So like whether it's business and financial, health, fitness, wellness, purpose, identity, family, relationships, all transformation in any of those areas that are so important to us, it always starts with something shifting here and here. So we create results in life based on what we believe and perceive, right? Like, isn't that ultimately what happens? So that's why I'm starting with these 3 things. But there's a lot of action that can be taken off of them. You can't create actual change if you don't do something. So the internal shift then carries over into action. So don't worry, this isn't something that doesn't actually like result in anything happening. I'm all about connecting action to the transformation. Hi, look at, isn't this cool? I love you too, Joyanne. And big extra hugs because of stuff that I don't know what's going on, but I love you so much. All right. So that first shift. Okay, if you connect with that and you understand and you love that idea, you can't make money if you don't move. You can't change lives if you can't act, and you can't move and act if you internally haven't been shifted in the right direction. Does that make sense? Are you good? Do you like that? All right, let me know and send me strong arms and fire emojis if you know what I'm talking about. All right. So most of these shifts are double application. You can apply them to both sides of the title, both monetizing your message and expanding your market. The third one, sort of both, but definitely the first 2. All right, so like I said a second ago, the very first one is get clear on your message. So what do I mean by that? Your message isn't what your business does or what your product does. It has to do with you and who you are and what you are here to say to the world. Now, if this is the first time that you have gone down this trail, it can kind of be like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? So I'm going to expand just a little bit. All right. So imagine I gave you a magic bubble. Okay. There you go. You now have a magic bubble. And into this magic bubble, you can whisper like 2 sentences. And everyone in the world who needs to hear it and is ready to hear it or is close to ready to hear it is going to like hear that and be able to like take it in. You can, through this magic bubble, you can go back in time and you can actually like tell yourself this at that moment that you needed to hear it, or apply it in any way. But you can only say one thing, and you have like 2, maybe 3 sentences at the most. Your message is kind of like, if you had that magic bubble, which you do, because I just gave it to you, what would you say? Does that make sense? So that starts, yay, I see all the fires and the strong arms. That makes me happy. That is kind of like, if you're somebody that has already started to kind of think through what your message is and some of that, that may help you kind of like concentrate it and boil it down to its like core essence. All right. But it's a process. It will sometimes it'll have layers. You've got kind of, everybody has a core message, but then you've also got secondary messages that are also incredibly important to you. So sometimes it can take time to figure out what's what. And the truth is that like it's not something you have to be able to carve in stone to start to move on it. It's not an exercise in perfection. This is not something that I want to hand over to you so that you can then go into perfection paralysis and be like, oh, I can't move forward into monetizing and doing these things until I know exactly what my message is. No, I promise that's not it. Just like start to get clarity, and then you're going to go back and you'll do it again and you'll do it again. It's not like a one and done thing. Okay. Now, if you have absolutely like no idea how to relate your business or a monetizing type situation to your message, That's okay because they don't actually have to connect. All right. Let's see. I flew through my notes, so I might actually be able to like cover all of this in this time. Let's see. Do you hear those sounds? That's my son playing a game. Okay, so here are the 3 rules for clarifying your message. Okay, ready? Are you ready for rule number 1? Are you ready? Do you like rules or do you hate rules? I'll tell you a secret. Both rule lovers and haters will love my rules because my first rule is there are no rules, actually. Your message cannot be too big. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, your message cannot be too big or too small or too anything. It's impossible because it's perfect. It's exactly right. And on every stage along the way, as you develop and figure out what it is and keep clarifying and figuring out like how you're going to fit that with business and how you're going to monetize, it's perfect right where it is because it's a journey. It's not something that one day, like, you'll finally get good enough to where it works. Like being message and service focused is great no matter where you are in the journey. All right. So if you are watching this and you've got some idea what your message is, throw it in the comments. I want to see what your messages are. If you have no idea what your message is or what your submit or like any of that, just throw a question mark in there. And that way I will know to keep going on that side. All right. So let's see. It is okay if you, rule number 3. Rule number 3 is your message will probably be the same as other people's, and that's okay. Yes, that is okay. You are allowed to have a message that is the same as other people's, and your message cannot be too big or too small or too anything. It's perfect, and there are no rules about your message. Those are my 3 rules about messages. All right. So yes, I like this message somebody threw in here. Beautiful, confident, and renewed. I love that. That's beautiful. Yes, throw your messages in there so that we can share some of them on here. We can see them. Your message will overlap with others. That's good. And there's a reason that happens. They're probably people that you admire. Because there is a reason that your heart resonated with what they were saying, right? Like your hearts were beating for the same passion. So it makes perfect sense that your message might have either overlap or be even the same one. Guess what? That does not make your message less or better or anything. There's no rules regarding that. So don't let fear or doubt tell you that the fact that like what your message boils down to is exactly what somebody else says make you think you've somehow not got it. You probably do. You do. And it's the fact that it's coming through you and like it will reach the people that you're meant to reach that makes it so necessary and like needed. Like there are really important messages that like they need to get out to a lot of people, right? So it's good that there are multiple voices talking to lots of different kinds of people, because trust me, the people who like connect with me and hear my message and what I have to say, there are other like voices that have to be saying the same thing because I am not for everybody. And like, not everybody is going to want to hear me say it to them or be able to receive it. All right. Ooh, Mika's got hers. She's working on it. It might be overcoming challenge. You're meant to overcome challenge. You can overcome challenge. That is fabulous and wonderful. And I love you, Mika. All right. Keep throwing in those messages. All right. What they are. If you have an established business and you're just beginning to kind of like bring a message into it, it can be hugely helpful to start out by going ahead and like looking at it and beginning from what message do I want to say with this product, or versus somebody who's maybe already got that developed might approach with the message head first and then bring in the business or monetization to support it. It can go either way in terms of which one kind of takes the lead, if that makes sense. So don't be afraid to remember there's no rules. So you can begin with, okay, I get the magic bubble, but I'm still thinking about how that connects. But for the moment, how can I move on it? What message is like behind my product or my service or my business? Like, what's a bigger context I can create with my product? Thank goodness I went and grabbed this because my mouth would be fully like not functioning right now. All right, we've got a couple more messages. Jessica, she's like, threw me some emojis, and on YouTube, she's like, I'm not sure. That's totally fine because this is a really fun process and we just keep going. Kate, Disabled Belle, shared her message. People with disabilities are worthy of life to live fully, and I will never get into the stereotypes. Huh, that's super freaking powerful. That's beautiful. I love that. All right, Stacy says, life doesn't stop for your struggles, so find your tribe. Put on some lipstick and convince yourself that you have it handled. That's so powerful. I love Stacy. All right, and then one of my Facebook beauties from one of my groups says, we are all in different places, live on purpose, and serve in love. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Those are so good, you guys. That makes me excited. Do you know what my message is? My message is, you have a message and it's powerful and the world needs to hear it. That's my like core message. And it comes out in all kinds of different ways. It might come out through my beauty business. It often comes out through my coaching business. And then it can come out through like my business tools business. And a sub message of that is the very business-based one, which is you deserve to build an online empire that fulfills you and overflows your wallet and serves your life instead of your life serving it. So that, can you see how my message is like helped by my sub message? So that's mine. Oh, I see another one. Let's see. All right, keep throwing in your messages if you want to share them. I can highlight you. People can connect with you. Super awesome. All right. Remember, if this is serving you and you're loving it, then please share it. Others know. All right, so I touched on this a little bit. Some of you will lead with your message and your business will come up behind it, either directly or indirectly. Some of you will monetize the message through some form of like instruction or content that is sold. Some of you will monetize with a product or service that's complementary to your message. Some of you will have a product or service that's unrelated, but your message, putting it out, will bring a steady flow of customers. And some of you will take like an influencer or like a blogger kind of approach or route, and you can monetize your message with what are they called? Sponsorships or paid products, things like that. Like there's many different ways to monetize your message. If you have one that's your favorite, I would love to hear what it is. All right. And then on the flip side, some of you will lead with your business, product or service, and your message will become what supercharges it, what sets you apart. This is particularly, I can't talk, that was special, key for network marketers, boutique owners, like people who are in a product-based business that has a lot of people operating in that space. Your message, either through your product, yes, because we're talking about business at the point. Okay, so your message and how it drives your product forward and the unique context it gives it is what sets you apart. It's what creates your true brand more than the products that you have. What might this look like? Stacy gave a great example of it for a network marketer in the beauty space. This is her message. And you can see that her product is very much a core piece of it, or like an example. So it's like a piece there. I have a friend who has a boutique called Kelly's Treasures, and super, super cute stuff. But her message is geared towards like women like that are empty nesters and they're in like the second phase of their life, like you're still sexy. You've still got it. If you're not sure how to put it together, like put together the pieces of your clothes so that you like are feeling that you're rocking it, I'll help you, because like your life is not somehow over. Your life is just starting, which is an incredibly powerful message. And then all of her accessories and amazing clothes and all of that stuff, like, is how that message is. That message fuels that. Can you see how that drives it forward? Let me know if it's connecting as far as like the different ways that you can put it together. And just because I didn't mention a specific example doesn't mean it's not totally applicable. The business-led approach also works great for crafters, Etsy shops, jewelry, like headbands, artists, yes, all the creative like things and stuff like that. It also, yeah, if you can think of another way that would apply, throw it in there in the comments. You can help me with my brain. Okay, so that was shift number 1. Whew, that was a lot. Did we do good? Are you there? Are you still liking it? Okay, let me check. Yay, you're all still here. Woo. Go ahead and let me know what your biggest takeaway from shift 1 is. If you're still thinking it through, that's all right. All right. So yes. Yay, I see shares. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. All right. Are you guys ready for shift number 2? Hi, Megan. Welcome. I'm so excited you're here. All right. So shift number 2 is really good. And we're about to get a little like, we're going to get real. Is the sound of my son's video game like making you guys crazy, or is it not really bothering you? I can have him turn it down a little bit, but settled. So let me know if it's okay. All right. All right. Ooh. Now I'm going to highlight this. That is a great message. And there's like layers on there, and like that is deep. I love it. Sometimes a message can seem lighthearted, and then you look at it and you look at it closer and you look at it closer and you're like, actually, like this speaks to like a deep place inside a woman. And that's like a powerful, powerful thing. All right, change your lips, change your look, change your life. It sounds like hyperbole, but it's not. Like feeling beautiful and feeling good about yourself can literally like change your life, can change everything, right? That's a powerful message. And you can definitely see how that is like passion, purpose, and profit can come together and how much impact that can have. All right. What did I last ask you guys? Okay. I asked you for your biggest takeaway. So if you want to share, throw that in there. You can tell me what your biggest takeaway from shift 1 was. And we're going to go on to shift 2, which is decide. And this is easier said than done. Remember, I said these are simple shifts. I didn't necessarily say that they're easy shifts. But decide that it's okay that you're not for everyone. Notice I also didn't say it's okay if you're not for everyone. Because if you're truly like moving forward with confidence in your message and letting your authentic voice come out, you will not be for everyone. And that's not just okay. That's like good. That's a good thing, all right? You are not for everyone. Your product is not for everyone. Your business is not for everyone. And if you have trouble with that, then it's actually going to hold you back greatly for many different reasons. All right. So not everyone will like you. You will not resonate with everyone. And that's okay, because the responses of others are not an indication of your worth or value. It's an indication that they aren't someone who's going to fit into your tribe. They're not somebody who's like part of your audience. They have somewhere else they belong. And you like being okay with that, realizing that's not about you. It's not bad about them. It's not bad about you. It just is a sign. It helps them find their place because you've eliminated one more place that they're not going to get what they need. And then you are creating like a group of people fueling your business that are your people. And you will make more money, be happier. Like they will be like everything about it. If you can really get to where you realize it's not like a rejection of you, it's not anything bad about you or about them, it just simply is, there's a lot of power in it, so much. And I'm going to tie that directly into a business outlook and a business process that a lot of gurus take people through. And I think they get it backwards, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I think it's backwards. So if that last piece resonated with you, let me know. All right. Remember, the more you talk to me, the better this gets. So they just have somewhere else that they belong. That's why there are so many overlapping messages. That's why your message is so often the same as somebody else, because like not everybody's voice is going to connect. So like I like to say, I am like cilantro. You either really love me, or if you were handed a taco and I was sprinkled on it, you'd be picking it out so you could eat. Like, you just want nothing to do with it, right? You love cilantro, or you really want nothing to do with it. That's okay. Think about it like cilantro. Think about it for yourself. Is there anything wrong? Like, all jokes aside, I do joke that like it's a little suspect if somebody doesn't like cilantro, because I mean, come on. Like, how do you have street tacos without cilantro? But I have a really wonderful friend, Phoebe, who I adore, and she hates cilantro. So much so that I still think of her every time like I'm putting cilantro on a taco. But is there anything wrong with somebody who doesn't like cilantro? No, it's just not for them. Like, nothing wrong with the cilantro. I love it. Like, can you see how it's not, hold on, there's something like in my eye. Weird things like this always happen. Okay, so yes, it is okay that you're not for everyone. Mika's response is, huge hurdle. No one tells you this in real life. I agree. I think in school we grow up being told that, or receiving the message that we both have to like everyone and everyone should like us. And what we really need to be telling people and telling our kids and telling ourselves is that not only is that not true, you don't have to like everyone. Everyone doesn't have to like you. It's about like kindness and like civility and compassion and care for the people that like aren't your people, not like forcing yourself to pretend that you like everyone. And like, does that make sense? I don't know. Hopefully that is connecting really well. Disabled Bell. Kate says, I'm in the camp of hating cilantro. Sorry. Yes, it's okay. There's a time I would have thought you were a little suspect, but I'm just kidding. I drooled on myself. That was awesome. She says, I'm slowly learning myself. I'm not for everyone. Yes, it is still, even after you decide this and you know it and you embrace it, that doesn't make it easy when you are confronted with it face to face. But there will come a switch when you see the unsubscribes in your email list, or that your followers dropped or your group declined, and you realize that I am doing great. I am like clearly communicating my message in my authentic voice, and people are realizing that I'm not for them. Like, this is a good sign. That means I am putting it out there in a way that those who I am for, they're going to be able to find me better. And you compare this with business strategies that can just like take this to the next level with expanding your market. All right, I'm getting back on my notes. Doesn't make them pure. Okay, it's okay. Okay, it's okay that you aren't for everyone, because that means that you can speak with your true voice. You can draw in your true tribe. Ooh, that was so good. You summarized what I said so much more succinctly. Okay, you guys, I use 5,000 words where like 5 will do. And then wonderful people like this friend from my group says it like boils it down to its essence. We need to learn to be kind, not like to strive for that, not to be liked or like everyone. Like, that would be such a powerful thing as we are growing up. And it's something to remember as we are operating in business. All right. So you will be able to draw in your true tribe, the people you are for, the ones you, okay, and here's where it gets exciting. Okay, so if you are okay with the fact that you're not for everyone and you are communicating your message for your product or through your product or monetizing your message, like unashamedly doing business, and showing up with your authentic voice, then what's happening in your business? You are literally, or your tribe or your world, you are creating a group of people that you love. They are the people that you love to serve. They're the ones you like to talk to. They're like the ones that if you if you've seen the what's it called? Is it the internship? Okay, like Google. They're doing an internship. Anyways, there's the layover test, which by the way, I'm not saying that the unedited version of that is something that you would want to watch. Make sure you you don't take my references to any TV shows or movies as like endorsements. They might be, but we're going to pretend that they may or may not be. Just so you're not traumatized, all right? But the layover test, if you were stuck in an airport for 6 hours, would you want to be stuck there with this person? I will tell you, I am really good at this because I've accepted that I'm not for everyone. And so I literally, in my world, I'm constantly like, oh my gosh, I am so good at creating the culture I want in my business. You are all my favorite people. I love to hang out with you. Like, don't you want a business like that? Don't you want, if you're in network marketing, don't you want a team that is full of all the like variety of person that like most sets your heart on fire and you most enjoy and you most love? Aren't you going to want to show up for that business? Like, that would be amazing. Your customers, your team. If you are a boutique or you're a coach, especially if you're a coach or an instructor in teaching of some kind, wouldn't it be amazing if everybody in your programs, or at least 90%, or exactly your kind of people? Like, if we're going to create success somewhere, let's create it with people that like set our hearts on fire, right? What I'm talking about? Yeah. Hi, Becky. Yes. Okay. I see you, Becky. She is saying, yes, my team and I have weekly hangouts because we just love to be with each other. See, that's a business that you don't have to force yourself to show up for. Like, you love to be there and it fuels you. All right. So, some people, now here's where the business, like nitty gritty, nerdy stuff comes in, and I've got to fly through this because I talk too much. They have you start with creating a customer avatar. And you're supposed to work through a process of deciding who your ideal person is and all of that. But here's the problem with starting there instead of starting with accepting, like starting from a place of it's okay that I'm not for everyone, and then moving into authentic voice and calling people in, because we're approaching it backwards. We're building it looking at the person as a customer, which means we're starting honestly with our wallets in mind, and we will build in things that are geared towards that because we're in the business frame of mind. It's just like the wrong space to get that result. So what will happen is you'll end up choosing like an avatar or choosing like, a customer version or who you're talking to, and then who you're marketing to and who you're running ads to, and all of that geared off of these things you chose with your head based on like what the result was going to bring. For those of you who are familiar with 4 levels of the brain, you're probably like, ding, 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 I'm seeing a connection. So yeah, I know you're like way ahead of it. So then we have this thing we're trying to fit, and we're trying to figure out how to talk to them, like, and how to infuse as much of it as we can with our authentic voice and with our message, and then how to say it. And we're trying to fit it the wrong way. It's almost like one of those exercises where you have like a container and you've got sand, pebbles, rocks, and like big giant ones. And if you put them in the wrong order, it's just hard. You just can't make it all work. Same thing. Changes everything. Like, everything's just so much harder when you do it that way. Hold on, sorry. I have weird things happening here with my hair, and I'm fixing it. And There we go. So, yes. Does that make sense? You know what I'm talking about? If you begin by instead, 1, deciding it's okay that you're not for everyone, and then 2, you settle into unashamedly putting your message out there in your and your product, your business, the whole piece, you're putting it out there, and 3, you're doing it in your authentic voice. This is like can you see like it's like a domino effect that happens? And then 4, because you're okay with the fact that you're not for everyone, you're not holding back. Then 5, you can use strategic business actions and tactics that will amplify your reach through that message. There are so many techniques, tools, and tactics to use for that. That's like a whole nother training. And you will end up naturally drawing in the people that are going to resonate with you, and you will be reverse engineering the most perfect customer avatar that you could possibly have. And you will not end up with Karen, who never buys twice and hates you, like constantly having to. You will end up with a business full of people who stay and who buy from you again and again and again because you're their person. You summed it up so perfectly, Mika. There you go. Yes, that is, you will end up so much more successful with less time, less effort, less work. Things will flow. And it all starts, if you back it up, it all starts with you deciding and choosing to believe over and over and over until it really goes deep that it's okay if you're not for everyone. So can you see, what do you think? Does that help? Are you liking this? Shift 1 was just getting clear on your message. We went through like some different ways to do that. We went through the fact that sometimes you'll lead with your message and the business and monetization comes behind it. Sometimes you lead with the product and business and the message is what fuels it and all the different ways that works. And then in shift 2, we just went through that trail that starts with deciding it's okay if you're cilantro or, well, I mean, some of you're like, I don't want to be cilantro. You can be peppermint, you can be vanilla, but be a strong flavor, be your own flavor. And then it has a domino effect that, yes, Mika, I am not for everyone. That results in the most ideal customer avatar. And you will be able to take those business tools and tactics. You will be so effective because your emails, if you're doing text marketing, your texts, all of your content is going to naturally resonate with your market, your ads and targeting, your statistic, like everything will start to go off the charts in the business area based off of that internal shift. Because again, transformation on the outside starts with internal shifts on the inside. Okay. She just stole the puppy. All right. Now, I really will probably end up having to finish most of number 3 at 2 in online empire builders because I'm watching the time, trying really hard to stay in the right area. And I want to do the fun stuff too, okay? So shift. Okay, let me know if this is good. Let me know what has been helpful, if there's something you've particularly liked, and throw it in the comments. And here we go. Shift number 3. Decide to believe that it is good if you make money. Now you might be looking at this and thinking, Mel, I'm literally only watching this because that's the entire point. Think that, but I'm telling you, people have a lot of hangups about money. Notice I did not say decide to believe that it's okay if you make money. I didn't say that because that's not what we're talking about. Not that it's okay, that it is good, that you deserve it. Not just a little bit of it, a lot of it. That money is good, that money is great, that you love making money. Okay, here's the thing. That doesn't always sit well with people. Like you start out okay, and then I lose a lot of people there because it starts to touch on like the internal things there that are actually really hard and you can struggle with, like what if I had said, and what if what I put up there, what if the banner said this? Let me just say something wild, okay? Decide that it's good if you're super duper freaking rich. In fact, we would call it filthy rich. Why do we call it that? Or what if I put deserve? What if I put deserve? Would that like trip you up if I was like, decide to believe that you deserve to be super duper freaking rich? And all of a sudden you're like, oh, does anybody really deserve to be rich? And all the things like push it until you reach that point where you're like, okay, actually, I feel really kind of funny about that. Actually, Becky, I'm going to, Becky threw this out, and this is exactly like, this is really good. I'm going to say that to do what you want to do, we actually have to choose to believe money is good. Money is good, and people might sometimes do bad things. Like, I think that it's really helpful if we stop looking at it as neutral and we start looking at it as good, because you don't really want to hold on to something neutral in the same way you want to like love something that's good and it serves you to know. Stacy, I'm jumping around trying to figure out everywhere you're being broadcast. I'll give you a cheat sheet. So Becky, I like this. We deserve to be rich. We work freaking hard. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let me, like, I'll dive in. Okay. People have a lot of hangups that we don't even know that we have until all of a sudden we consciously confront it like this. But it affects us in how we do business and in the way that we show up. People have a lot of hangups about getting paid. People have a lot of hangups about charging for serving. People have a lot of hangups about receiving. People have a lot of hangups about wealth. A lot of internal crap that messes up their businesses and finances. And I'm saying this as somebody who's done it. There is like, I know what it's like, and I know how this stuff, like, it will end up in you working really hard and giving a lot. And then when it comes time to make an offer, to receive, to inhale after having exhaled, that you hesitate or you pull back or you can't do it. And if you keep putting out, if you keep exhaling, like if you keep putting out, see, I told you something like that always gets said. If you keep putting out, yay, we got that out of the way. Now we can really go on because I said my awkward thing. You will reach a point where you no longer have a business at all, or where you're thousands of dollars in debt from running a business where you gave, and then never made an offer, never made a sale. All right. So yes. Stacy is throwing out all the different things like these, like you can't look at it like by selling or serving or like by receiving that you're like, you are not ripping people off. You are not taking advantage. Okay. None of that. This is not like the way that it is. Becky says, my favorite part about my business growing is that I'm able to give more. I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't have the money. Absolutely. If you do not inhale, you run out of breath with which to exhale. Like, you can't do it. All right. So where does this come from? We've got all these hidden beliefs about money and wealth and rich people that this is something most of us carry around a lot of internal judgments against rich people, that those are inside of you. Okay. If you believe that rich people are bad, this is under there, and you believe that like you want to be a good person, like, are you actually going to be in alignment with making good money? Or are you going to have to always find a way to make sure that you don't tip over into the kind of success where you might categorize yourself as rich, because then you're bad based on that belief? Like, you have to like root some of that stuff out. Mika, that was too funny. Because it will literally cause you to hold back and not monetize your message, not expand your market, because it will be in it's not correlation. What is the word? Stacy's using my word finder. You will be out of, I guess I'll just say alignment. There's a C word. It starts with a C. Yes, Stacy says, I have that bias. I think of rich equals rude. Okay, I come literally, my grandparents worked in the fields. I am half Mexican, and my father's side, we came through up through migrant work, and my dad and my aunt were the first ones to graduate high school. And they both have like extended degrees, and they really worked their way up hard, and they grew up in a very poor town next to a very wealthy town, and they were not treated well. And so there was a lot of deep things that come from that, right? There's a lot of deep things that can be under there. So there were messages in my upbringing, and most of us, the deep places that this comes from has to do with core messages that we heard in our family of origin from when we were growing up, about money, rich people, etc., all that stuff. So if you're not from a wealthy family of origin, then you probably have somewhere some poverty mentality programming at play, and you need to identify it and get that junk out, because you were not meant to play small, and it will keep you small. Okay? What is money really? Money is not just like dirty mixtures of paper and cloth with lots of germs or hunks of metal or all these different things. That's not what money is, because it's changed form. It can be like, there's trades, and if you go back to like cultures and you study like money and economics and all of that, you know that like it's what its form is. Now we have Bitcoin, we have digital money, we have online banking, we have all these things. It doesn't have a form, but it's still money. What is money? I think money is impact. It's fuel that allows you to create change. Change in your family, change in your world, change in your finances, and then like beyond just your world, the world. Yes, money is a tool that lets you impact. Money is impact. Think about the change that you desperately want in the world. If you could change something in your home world, and then in your community world, and then if you could change things in the world, what do you need to make that impact? You need money. Okay? Money is impact. Money is good. And you should have it. You're the kind of person that should have it, and you should have a lot of it, right? Because what are you going to do with it? You're going to change the world with it. So that is why I'm so passionate about women in business, because you give a purpose-driven woman the ability to make unending amounts of money, and she will freaking change the world. Like, she just will, right? Okay, so but if at your core you actually believe that money is bad, or rich people are bad, or that there's something shameful, this is a whole separate one. This would have been point 4. If you believe there's something wrong with selling stuff, and you're in business, and almost every business is at some form has selling involved in it. If you have used cars salesman, you don't want to be that, you don't want to be this, you don't want to be that, but not in just I want to do it differently. I want to do it like me. I want it to feel like this, because this is in alignment with who I am and my voice and my message. But like, you actually have a fear of being perceived as anyone that. You need to tackle that. You need to deal with it. You need to dismantle it. You need to get it out, because it's holding you back. Hey, somebody just popped on and said, good morning. Good morning, sweet friend. So, if those beliefs that you have buried inside of you are there, it will absolutely stop you from monetizing your message. It will stop you from making offers. It will stop you from expanding your market. It will stop you from building the kind of empire that can ultimately change the world. Yeah. So like, sorry, that's my little like preach moment. I'm like, it will. So you've got to come to a place. So shift number 1 in review, super fast. Now, shift number 1, get clear on your message, and then figure out which is taking the lead. Are you leading with business? Are you leading with message? They work together, but what do you want that to look like, right? Shift number 2, scrolling up, decide that it's okay that you are not for everyone. And that unleashes a whole domino effect that results in the ability, if you boil it down and want to like throw in flashy tools and tactics, that will literally allow you to target and market and advertise in a more effective way and blow up your market. All right, and number 3, you need to decide to believe that it is good, that it's great if you make a lot of money and get super, super rich. And that one is one that's still like, it's still, processing through it myself. I actually fit it all in. And we're going to go a little bit over because we're still going to do the fun part because we have 2 fun things. First, there is the giveaway. So let's see, we've already been doing Tuesday Talks for a little bit, and then I just keep growing and expanding on it. So that's why now I am in 5 locations at one time. I can see you all in this wonderful like dashboard. And I want to continue to grow it because I want to get my message out to more people and empower more women to blow up their businesses, create online empires that allow them to change the world and serve their family and all those good things. And so and make money for myself and my family and to change the world in my own way. And so I want to grow this. And one of the best ways to grow it, of course, is a giveaway. And so because I have many different audience kinds of members, I decided that I would have a giveaway that has your choice of one of 3 different prizes. And I will post pictures of these later. But one of them, thank you. One of my Facebook group girls just gave me the sweetest little compliment. Thank you, friend. You're beautiful. You're beautiful from the inside out. I don't know which friend you are, but I love you. Everybody needs to hear that sometimes. One of 3 prizes. So you will get to choose which you want. And it makes perfect sense because I have like 3 different kinds of businesses. So prize package number 1 will be for the person who wants some fun, flashy, not super flashy, but not as flashy as that. I used to be a jewelry designer person. It will be a really cute little gemstone, a diamond. It would be great if I had a picture. Okay, it's a necklace and a pair of earrings and like a bracelet stack that are super cute. I would totally wear them myself. I'm probably keeping a set of it. And then the necklace can either be in silver tone, gold tone, or rose gold, super cute stuff. So that's going to be package number 1, prize package number 1. Prize number 2 that could be chosen, there will be 1 winner, will be your choice of a couple of different options when it comes to beauty products. I'll put up the pictures, but it's like the Kiss Proof lipstick, probably some tinted moisturizer because it's straight from, angels. I'm pretty sure angel tears are involved in the making of those products. Super amazing. And probably a gold mask because I keep getting pictures from my customers and even they're like really super cool, like trendy college-age daughters love this stuff. It's fantastic. So that's going to be option number 2. Option number 3 will be a 30-minute one-to-one coaching or strategy session with me, which is awesome because I don't do one-to-one very often, and it's a cool prize, I think. If you don't know me and you haven't, then you probably aren't impressed by that. But some of you would be like, yes, I want that. Angel tears. Yes. So how do you enter this giveaway? Well, there are 2 ways, technically 3. I wanted something that was like low barrier of entry, easy. And so for those of you who would like to enter this way, and you can have multiple entries, the more things you do, the more entries you get. You guys know how this works. And so there was a secret word, a secret password for this week. And it was at the very, 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 very beginning of this. And it is, so you have to go back, watch the replay, and that way you get all the great content. Do you like how I bribed you like that? And then you text the secret code word to 833-730-2906. And yes, this should work for international as well. You just have to put a 1 in front of it. And you tell me what the secret password was. and then you are entered. And then you also can enter by sharing this broadcast and using the hashtag that I meant to pre-enter on a banner, but I didn't. All right. Okay. So you share it, share the broadcast. You can use the YouTube link, or you can go to my Facebook, which is facebook.com/MelSolvedOfficial, and share this. Use the hashtag Tuesday Talks with Mel so it's easy to find. If you want to make sure there's no possible way that I could miss your entry, screenshot your share. Oh, or if you're sharing into a group somewhere private that I can't see, then like if you got a business group or something, you're like, oh my gosh, this would be so helpful. Screenshot it and put it in the comments on the Facebook one, or you could even send that to the phone number. This is my business line. Okay, you can send it there if like if you do not have Facebook. Okay, so share it and use that hashtag. I will be searching the hashtag and then checking the screenshots. And then also you can use the secret password if you want. And if you tag a friend in the comments, that is also a share, and that is worth an entry. Yes, I am the queen of collecting entries. This is like what I used to do. So don't worry, I will get them all. And you will have your choice of any one of those 3 prizes, all of which are worth well over $100. All right? When will the winner be announced? The winner will be announced on next week's Tuesday Talks. So if you want to make sure that you do not miss that and you happen to want to get a text reminder, I know that Stacy loves my text reminder. I send you a link directly to it, like right before it goes live. Then you can reply to this number with the word video. All right, video for text reminders, secret password for entry. And then, of course, if you want to make sure that you get the emails and all of that kind of stuff of the replay and all the different things I do, I've got different products coming up. There's a special offer for a funnel workshop and some funnels happening. There are super big things coming up in the next couple weeks. You can subscribe to get those emails at melolds.com/subscribe. You fill out the little form and you'll be all good. You'll get my emails and stuff. And I think that was all the end of things I have to do. So now, do you want to play the game? Tortor, Ben, do either of you guys want to play the game?
What game is it?
Come here, and I'll tell you. You guys, we all get to play together. It's just really quick. It's gonna be fun. I love this stuff. All right, Tori, are you coming? She probably has the headphones on. She can't hear, but that's okay. She did the secret password. All right, Ben, come here. All right, are you guys ready? You guys who are on here live, are you ready? Oops, I see all these comments.
Would you rather?
Yes, come here. Come sit down. Are you guys ready to play? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're all going to play. You guys who are watching, you guys got to play too. Yay. I see people sharing. Awesome. No. Don't, you can't do that. All right, ready? So, would you rather wake up one day and not recognize your friends and family, or have your friends and family not recognize you? I'm selfish, so I'm going to go with option number 2. I would rather have, option number 1. I would rather not recognize y'all, because I know that you'll catch me up and put, you'll 51st dates me and make a recording so I can catch up. But I don't want you to forget me. You don't want to answer it? What about you? Would you rather have all of us forget you, or have you forget us?
Me forget us, the same reason.
Same reason. What about you guys? What would you rather? Would you rather have everybody forget you, or you forget them? All right. Ooh, Benjamin, would you rather eat 5 boxes of fruity cereal in one day, or drink 21 cups of coffee?
The first one.
Cereal? Do you think you could eat that much? What are they?
I would throw it all up.
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
Yes,
You want to eat boxes of Fruit Loops? What about you?
Coffee.
Becky, you're with me on the first one, right? You're going to drink coffee? I'm going to take the coffee. What are you guys going to take?
Wait, no.
Tell me.
I'm taking the same as Ben.
Cereal? Okay. All right. Let's do 2 more. Whoa. This is a good one. Would you rather have your feet replaced by wheels, without brakes or your hands replaced with hooks?
Hooks.
Why do you want hooks?
None of them. Because you would never be able to stop.
That's true. Neither, Ben. You like it. Stacy, you already drink that much coffee? Me too. You guys, the coffee one was like a cheat for us. You don't want wheels that don't break or hooks?
No, I don't.
Ben's not down for this. What do you guys want? Do you guys want feet replaced by wheels without brakes or your hands replaced by hooks? I'm going to choose wheels without brakes because, first of all, I'm an action girl. I like to go fast, and success loves speed. And I could create some kind of mechanism to stop myself. So I feel like it would end up being
a cane.
Yeah, something would work. Here, you can come all the way in. But there's no getting past having.
It would be really hard to get it because you would always be moving and you couldn't get out unless if you grabbed onto something. But you need two hands to make.
Becky's like, I can't do hooks or wheels. Yeah, Stacy, you're with me. Like we can come up with a way around the wheels, right? Ha! Becky's like, well, maybe I could. I can make something up. Yes. All right, Mika, you're going, like, I'm going back to sub. You chose the 21 cups of coffee. Me too. Some of us are like, 21 cups of coffee would probably be beneficial. We would get so much done. All right, last one.
Can I pause video upstairs?
Yeah, of course you can. Okay, we'll do two more so that he doesn't miss everything. Can you let Lexi out? This one's intense. Oh man. Would you rather have your identical twin be far more successful than you financially or romantically? Well, see, I'm an incredibly competitive human being. I don't know how I could handle. Oh! Don't do that. I don't know how I could handle either of those. Okay.
Either of what?
Would you rather have an identical twin who's far more successful than you financially? They make a lot more money than you, or romantically. Or how about you just say happy? They're more happy than you. First one.
I would not choose either of them again.
They sound terrible, don't they? That's a horrible one. The first one, though. You'd rather have somebody be richer than you, but not happier.
Yeah.
Stacey, I'm gonna say success romantically is like romantically. Well, I know, but in this scenario, Becky, you might not be or you might not be as happy. No, don't touch anything. So I'm gonna say I'd rather somebody be more successful than me financially, although it would kill me inside anyways, because happiness in real life trumps financial wealth and that stuff. Plus, I could get there. Just because they're more successful financially doesn't mean I'm not killing it myself, right?
But
all right,
Mommy,
last one. What?
If it counts if you still had daddy, which one would you choose?
Oh.
If you had daddy.
Yeah, it doesn't change. It's still the same. Mika, our inside
how
jokes.
Rude.
It's so bad. If you're competitive,
How
it gives you
rude.
drive.
Just how rude.
No, you misunderstood what I was saying. All right, so here's one. Okay, you guys, this one kills me inside. Last one. This is you guys, what do these things say about us? I feel like this one is like a psychological diagnosis right here. Would you rather find, or at least my response to it on the inside is, would you rather find out that for years you've horrendously misused a word quite often, such as saying for all intensive purposes instead of for all intents and purposes, or that for years you've been calling someone like that you see in your daily life by the wrong name?
First one.
The first one, you'd rather find out you were using a word wrong?
Yeah. Yeah, because I could just say I was using a word wrong. I was really wrong, and that's basically no one would understand.
Gotcha. But you wouldn't want to be calling somebody the wrong name. That might make them better humans than me, because I think I would rather find out. Okay, sit up. I think I would hear. Okay, you go ahead. You can go back and play before you knock it over. Using the word wrong. Okay, Stacy says she'd rather use the name wrong. Becky is like, I'd rather find out I was using the word wrong. You remember names. Okay, you guys. Stacy and I would rather find out that we've been using the wrong name, because we have pride issues. Actually, okay, I'm sorry. I'm speaking for you. I shouldn't. I'm like, I cannot stand the thought that I've been completely like that would be the worst ego thing. Or maybe it's just that I'm used to the fact that like I'm horrible with names. And yeah, so that probably says something terrible about me. But it's okay, because Stacy's in it with me. Mika, I messed up your name at least like, I don't know, 10 times before I finally got it right, which it does actually bother me, but like not as much as finding out that I was saying something like completely wrong, because I have. Okay, I didn't offend Stace. For a second, I was a little worried that I offended. If I offended any of you who chose the wrong name, you'd rather get somebody's name wrong for years than find out you're using the wrong word. By my analysis that it's a pride issue on my part, maybe that's not it at all for you. Maybe that's just me. But, you know, self-awareness is good to have. All right, so that was fun. If you have an idea for like an even more fun game that we could play together throughout these and in the midst of these, let me know, because I love having little sections like that. We will sometimes have an interview section. I am going way back to my Periscope broadcasting days and bringing it all in to these Tuesday Talks with Mel. And there are all kinds of things we're going to do. They're never going to be the same twice, not completely. And then remember, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hop on at least for a few minutes. I got to cover most of it, but I'm going to hop on for a Q&A in the Online Empire Builders group. I'll drop the link to that somewhere where y'all can find it in case you want to join to be able to do that. And you can ask me questions about specifically how to relate these 3 shifts to you and your business. If you've got something specific that you want to know how to do, and that will be today at 2 p.m. Central. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. This was really fun. You guys brought all kinds of energy and interaction, and that is just my favorite thing. I know you guys can't all see each other since we're spread out in a multi-stream, but I get to have my own little world here. And then I will be back next week at 10 a.m. for Tuesday Talks with Mel. And if you have suggestions of what you want to hear about, I also learned my lesson. I will not have 3 things. I will just have 1. And that way we can break things up and have even more fun. I like to do things where I'm like, I show you awesome things I found that week from like random places or Amazon or whatever, like, or what am I obsessed with? And then have you tell me, in fact, we're going to do that really fast. This will be the last thing that we do. What is something that like has just like you've loved in the last week? Maybe it's a TV show that you're just like, oh my gosh, or a product or something that you found on like Amazon or Target or something that's online where somebody could go grab it. Say what it is and post a link to it, because like we should share the awesomeness with each other. I will say the thing that blew my mind that I'm just like obsessed with is the documentary. Okay, you guys, I feel like this isn't even like myself. Like, how is this even me? The Last Dance. I am not a sports girl. Not really even a little. I'm not very good at sports, and I'm competitive. I don't like to do things I'm not good at, so I don't do sports, and I don't pay attention to sports. But that show is a 10-part series on the life of Michael Jordan. Or not the life, the career of Michael Jordan, and specifically like that last 1998 season. I was like freaking riveted. I loved it so much. It's so good. You've got to go watch it. Even if you hate sports, you will love it. So good. I was like waiting every Sunday for it to come on. So that is mine. Oh my gosh, Becky. I'm usually like, peace out. You do your sports thing. I don't even like most sports movies. Some, but not all. But oh my gosh. And as an entrepreneur, when you watch that, you're going to see things and be like, yup, I resonate with that. I connect with that. It was really funny. There's a thing like he would use either real or made up slights to fuel himself because he could perform at a higher level if it was kind of like an in-your-face moment. It was like seriously a thread throughout all of it. It was just like something he would, and then like he would sometimes admit like that never happened. Like I made that up to fuel myself. And I can't say that I've ever thought to do that, but there is no better way to guarantee that I can and will do the impossible than to tell me it cannot be done. I don't like, it's the same like kind of thing. Like, oh, just you watch. Yes, I will. So there was just different things that like, and watching somebody that successful, monumentally, just spectacularly successful, and the drive and all the things, I think maybe I loved it partly because of the entrepreneurial thing. So if there was something that you loved in this last week that just like blew your mind, share that, because sharing is caring, and we should know. Remember the giveaway, go back and get the secret word, subscribe, do all the things. Love you all. Bye.